going live today. As promised, my guest today is the healthy composer, Hillary Lester. And if you don't know who she is, you're about to. You should know who she is. Why should you? Well, recently, in case you didn't know, I have a podcast that I co-host with my co-host, Dr. Jen Cabas-May, of Tuned and Toned Performance, and our podcast is called the Tuned and Strong Podcast. And Hillary is somebody that we were able to interview recently, and her episode actually drops this coming Tuesday on all podcast platforms. So wherever you get your podcasts, you'll be able to listen to her her interview with us. You can, if you click the link that I've added to this live, you can go ahead and watch. Well, don't do it now. You want to wait until a minute. But you want to go ahead and click that, save it. That link will take you to our episode with her. It's on YouTube. So we've got all our current episodes up there right now. So even though we have some that don't drop we've got them scheduled out once a week. They come out on Tuesday. And if you want to get the scoop and be able to see them like now and before they come out, go to YouTube. So I've dropped that link below and you can access it there. So we're just going to wait for Hillary to come join us. Please give us, and if you've seen this, we've actually had 24 people already watched it. Well, it's 24 views, which I think is pretty cool. So Hillary is otherwise known as the Healthy Composer, and she talks to us about what that means, how she found forgiveness through fitness, and what that means. So we're just going to wait for her to pop on here in just a second and invite her to this, because we would love, hey Hillary, there she is, I'm trying to invite you. So Hillary, as I mentioned before, Hillary is the Healthy Composer, and she has her own business page. I think it's Hillary Jean, oh no, Hillary, help me out. Hillary Jean, oh no, I forget what it is. But she's got her own business that she's going to talk about as well, and what it means to be the Healthy Composer and all of those things. So it should be working. I'm not sure why it says not. It says she's here, but it says she won't go live. Hey guys, so here's the deal. Hillary is with us, and Facebook is not allowing me to add her. I'm going to guess because I'm a business page. I'm not a person, I'm a business. Right, so it's not letting me add her at the moment, but if anybody has any suggestions on how to add her, it says I should be able to add her right here, but she's not showing no viewers to invite. I see 4 of you. I see 5 of you. Somebody help me out. Why can I? Hey, there she is. Hold on. Ah, here we are. You bad enough Facebook and something happens. Here it is. And 2.
Hey. For some reason it didn't like my computer, but we've got the phone, so we're good to go.
Oh, you have to use your phone. You have to use your phone. It won't allow computers either. I don't know.
That's so good. But thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for talking me up as we got troubleshooted.
Absolutely. Super glad you're here. How have you been?
Doing pretty good. I'm fighting a small illness. So if you see me reach for tissue, that's why, but
No
not
worries.
COVID like that, so we're good.
Of course, I know. If anybody sneezes, we're like, you know. I know.
You can get
So
happen.
you're right. So for anybody who doesn't know who you are, can you introduce who you are and what it means to be the Healthy Composer? Give us a little background, for the people who don't know who you are.
Hi everyone. My name is Hillary. I have the Instagram, The Healthy Composer. I am a life coach who is passionate about helping artists discover their own wellness path. And I got into that by following my own wellness journey, which is how The Healthy Composer was born. I have a master's in music composition. I have a bachelor's in music composition. And shortly after I graduated with my master's, shit hit the fan, better term, and my life was just all out of balance, and I was just in a really deep, dark place, which if anybody's a musician, you know that the life of a musician is very uncertain, and we're always, trying to figure out our next step. But for me, getting really in touch with my wellness and getting in touch with my fitness and my health really turned my life around, opened a lot of doors for me, got me back on track to be the musician that I want to be. And so I had this crazy idea that I would share that with everybody else and encourage as many people as I could to stay healthy, get into wellness in any way that you can. So that's kind of how this was all born.
I love it. That's perfect. So, do you have any active composing projects that you're working on at the moment? Is that a curiosity?
I don't have anything crazy going on. I've got a bit of a one that I've got really excited about. Both my sisters do Reiki, and I've recently discovered the world of Reiki music, which is energy healing through music. So it's kind of a pseudo project that I've got on the back burner right now, but I'm getting really jazzed about it and excited to hopefully work on that and put out an album for that. So yeah.
That's super cool. Oh, I'm so excited. That sounds way fun. So, for anybody who knows, has anybody here heard of Fluter Scooter? Have you heard of Fluter Scooter?
What is that?
So Fluter Scooter is a brand of flute bags. Basically, she's a flutist, Andrea. She's a flutist who has created this beautiful set of flute bags with handles that look like kind of like purses. Mm-hmm. And she actually, I met up with her in Nashville. She was at the NAMM show a couple weeks ago. Summer NAMM is here in Nashville, and she just happened to be here. She's been in Serbia, right? She's like from Philadelphia, but she's been living in Serbia for a while, and she's actually doing some music it's not Reiki music, but it's similar. She's doing basically like she's recording a lot of this same type music, so it's basically music to facilitate meditation and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I remember as a serious composer, I used to kind of laugh at all that stuff and be like, oh, what is meditation music? Like anyone could do that. And then the more I listened to it, I'm like, there's some really good stuff out there. Like, how do I get a part of this? This is so cool.
I love that. I love that. You know, we just don't hear from composers enough. There's just like y'all are this like a breed of people we just don't see very often. Like we hear of you way off, and like an actual composer, you know, we just
no,
not very often.
We tend to keep to ourselves. And it's such a small field too. Like I graduated from the University of Montana. I started with 30-ish kids in my class because everyone kind of that natural curiosity of like, oh, I want to write. Like, what do composition classes look like? And then by the time I graduated, I was one of 2 kids. So we'd slowly like whittled down, and with 15,000 people to be one of 2 kids in your program is just kind of like, oh, there's not a lot of composers out there.
No. So on our, when you were able to join us on our podcast, we talked quite a bit. We talked about a lot of things. And guys, if you haven't noticed, there's a link in the description right here. You can copy, paste, highlight it, whatever, save it for later. Go watch her episode on the Tuned and Strong podcast. And the title of her podcast episode is Finding Forgiveness. No, Forgiveness in Fitness. Finding forgiveness and fitness.
There's so much forgiveness in there that
there really was. So don't tell us everything, because we want people to go watch and go listen and hit that subscribe button. But can you give us a sneak peek on like what you were talking about? What kind of forgiveness and what are we talking about?
Yeah, so when I first started fitness, I won't go into my whole story, but basically I am a recovering perfectionist. And when you are a type A perfectionist, as you approach all areas of your life, you're usually like, it's got to be done 100% or I'm failing, or you get that imposter syndrome, which I feel like also goes hand in hand with that. But anyways, I approached fitness. I thought it had to be like all or nothing thing. And the more that I tried to do that, the more I realized it was awful. I hated it. I could never meet these expectations I set for myself. And as a result, like I would be really great for a week, stop. 6 months would go by. I'd start for a week, be really great. Then like something would come up. I'd go out to the bar with my friends, and then I'd be like, oh my God, I blew it. Then I can't do this anymore. And so this idea of forgiveness is, you know, making room for what's there in life and forgiving yourself for not always meeting this perfect plan. Plans are wonderful things to have, but it's also okay to not follow them and be really kind to yourself when you don't meet expectations, because the only way I've been able to sustain my path in wellness and to really enjoy fitness is to just forgive myself. You just show up. So
yeah, because fitness isn't about it's not about, sorry, we're talking over each other, but it's as you mentioned, like it's not about doing it right. I mean, it is about doing it right. You don't want to do it wrong and hurt yourself. But It's important. But it's not about doing a workout somebody says you should do or doing everything a certain and having to get it perfect. Fitness, are you fit? Sure, but is fit like a state you achieve and then maintain forever? There's varying degrees of that, right? I mean, fitness is still like it's still like a lifelong journey, and you've got to be able to give yourself grace to find out because what works for you. Like I think about, and we might have talked about this. Like when I first really got into it, that kind of fitness that I was into is not sustainable, and it is not something I can do forever, nor would I want to. And it's okay, to change what kind of whether it's fitness or like a modality, or it's just really okay to kind of change as you go and find out, like as you grow and as you get older and learn, and your tastes change, things change, right?
There was one of the fitness instructors that I love to watch. She's like, it's okay if you cheat on me. You can cheat on me with other things. Go be curious. Go try something else. And I remember like being so struck by that. Is like, she just told me to cheat on her? Like what? But it is fun. And like speaking from somebody that I have a repeated ankle injury, I injured myself this Saturday I just mowed the lawn, and then I turned around and I just have that kind of ankle stability in my life. But I really enjoy weightlifting, but I still have to spice it up with balance work. I have to do tons of balance work, and I've been lazy about that. So that was an excellent reminder of, Hillary, you need to be doing your balance work. But it's so great to stay curious and to just find what makes you happy, find what's enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
That be enough.
Right. Life's too short to just try to do it perfect, and you don't learn through perfection.
No. Oh gosh, some of my injuries, and even today I'm congested. Time I get injured or I get sick, it's another reason for me to just kind of reevaluate where I'm at and be kind to myself and be open to something new. Like, oh, okay, maybe it would feel really good to stretch today. Cardio's not really there, but heck, I can still take care of myself today with a little yoga.
Yep. There's all kinds of different modalities, and it's okay to give yourself grace on that. Absolutely. So you're right. I mean, musicians have too much when it comes to perfectionist mentality anyway. How many of us are type A? We got to do it right. We got to be like so many musicians, especially, aren't you a flute player? No, saxophone.
Flute. Yeah, I was gonna say I played flute, but I studied voice. I haven't played flute since high school. Oh Lord.
Okay. So we probably can't call you a real flute player. You know what I mean? Because we're just super like, it's kind of funny, but it's true. Those stereotypes are true, man. Hard.
I tried with that in high school, but then I turned the world to voice, and then once I found the nerdy, weird composers, I was like, these are my people.
People. I know. I felt that way when I went from high school to college. I was like, oh, this is where all my people have been hanging out. It was like honor band all day long, every day, and it was just like nerd central, music nerds. It was just awesome, and everybody got it, and nobody was weird. I mean, there's always somebody who's weird, but I mean, like we were all the same brand of weird. It was fine.
Finding your people is everything, especially in music. And it's too. If you can find some friends that love to go do things with you, that makes it so much fun too. Like I have a couple friends that are always inviting me to yoga, and I remember thinking like, oh, I can't go do their yoga class because it doesn't fit that's how like tight I was about fitness. And now I'm like, heck yeah, on Wednesday, 7:00, I'll see you there.
Sure, why not? Yeah, I mean, like, and I think, I don't remember if this is something we talked about too, but like finding the different types of, just like you were talking about yoga. When was the last time you did a dance class? Just because it's fun doesn't mean it's not also fitness.
Yeah.
It counts. It all counts. We think we have this one way to do things. Your walk counted.
Yeah. It's so funny because I've run some challenge groups with people before, and they'll be like, can I count my walk as exercise? And I'm like, did you do it for like 20 minutes? Did you feel like you got something out of it? And they're like, yeah, I went for 45 minutes. I'm like, that's a cool walk.
Serious walk.
Kudos to you. You did it.
Absolutely. I count everything. If you're on Strava, I'm on Strava. I count walks. I count bike rides. I count Nordic pole walking. I mean, if I do anything, I'm turning on Strava because it's like I want it. I want to go back and look and see where I was a year ago and see what I was going through. And I also want to see the fact that I just kept up something. And it helps me realize how much I'm doing that I'm not thinking about. It all counts. It really does. It adds up.
Absolutely. And it's so funny. Like, I think we talked about this in the episode. I was diagnosed with COVID back in November of last. I had a brutal recovery journey, and that was another big teacher for me as well. And I went from being able to work out 5-6 days a week whenever I wanted to really struggling to gain back all of my cardio, and going up a flight of stairs became a challenge. And so, but it was this great opportunity for me to really, really dial in that forgiveness and being like, I stretched for 10 minutes and I'm completely out of breath, and we're going to call that a win for today. And
absolutely. I know that feeling, not having COVID feeling, but
yeah.
Coming back from an injury.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And just finding those little like areas where you can allow what you're doing to be enough and really forgive yourself. And because for me, the only time it's not enough is if you're like training hardcore for like a competition, which I've never done. But I'm like, in my mind, maybe you've got certain training goals, you're not meeting them. Maybe that's not enough. But even then, discuss that with your coach or your trainer. But for the rest of us, just trying to enjoy our life and move our bodies every couple days, just let it all be enough, and forgive yourself when you're not perfect with it. That's, if I could share anything today, that's what it is.
Yes. You are enough. It's yeah. And it's funny, like, so you guys have to go watch the entire episode, or wait till Tuesday when it comes out and listen. So if you haven't subscribed to the Tuned and Strong podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, just subscribe, and it will hit on Tuesday, and you can listen to the whole thing and hear all about how she discovered forgiveness and what that actual journey was like. And we go way into all kinds of different things. We had some tangents, and I would have my co-host on here, but I don't think, Facebook Live only allows 2 people, not 3, I think. I don't know. I haven't done this in a while. So yeah, and trying to get our schedules all aligned, because I'm in Nashville and she's in Tallahassee and you're in Montana, right?
So 3 times.
Yeah, so it's not like we just pop in together like, oh, hey, it doesn't work that way. So real quick, why don't you can you tell us a little bit about, like you said, you're a life coach, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that factors into everything?
Absolutely. So I love life coaching. If you've never heard of life coaching before, it's basically hiring your own personal motivator and somebody to just constantly be in your ring going, yep, that's valid. Yep, you're experiencing that. Yep, that's real. And it's so different from therapy in that regard. I mean, I'm 100% huge fan of therapy. Highly recommend it. I think coaching can complement that, or it can be a different modality for wellness in your life. And so for me, coaching is, it's like a session with somebody is like once a week. You sit down, and when you are the coachee, you're in control. You're in control of the conversation. You go, I've got this goal. I was thinking this crappy thought this week and nothing's working out, blah, blah, blah. And a coach is this like third party observer that goes, no, that's working. Like, let's break down what you did this week. And they help you think objectively, and they help you change and transform your thoughts. And so when you apply this to wellness, it's a really, really beautiful thing, because, especially if you've ever tried to get wellness tips from your doctor, I mean, 100% never going to go against what a doctor said, but it's not usually that thorough. A blanket statement of like, I mean, I go to my doctor, I love her, but if I were to go to a different one, I'm classified as overweight. I have a high BMI. I'm just dense. And I've had doctors in the past tell me, oh, you just need to lose 10 pounds. And I look at myself right now and I'm like, if I were to lose 10 pounds, it would all be in muscle. And that would be really, I've worked hard for that. That wouldn't be healthy for me. So
BMI is so outdated anyway.
Oh man, like luckily I have a fantastic doctor. We laugh about my BMI and she just goes, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. So find yourself one of those doctors. But a coach that is going to go be like, okay, what are your fitness goals? What can I realistically help you like ease into and achieve? And they'll give you homework. They'll give you something little to work on for the week, and they'll help you really unpack the mindset of trying to get into health and wellness or get fitness. And life coaching, there's so many different things for life coaching, and I'm more talking about wellness coaching, but it's fantastic. You'll get somebody, I mean, the thought work is what I like to call it. But thought work is so fascinating because you really get that chance to dive super deep into your thoughts and figure out what's holding you back and what's motivating you. And when you can kind of unlock those two components, I just feel like it's like the curtains open and the light comes in and you're able to really dive in on your journey. And sometimes we're not always able to see that in our own life. And it's so great to have somebody point that out for us, or to be willing to sit down with us once a week to chat about all these things and help us through our hurdles and tell us we're not crazy. Because I think a lot of times women, we just think we're crazy. I'm thinking this thing and plan, I shouldn't be thinking it. And a life coach is there and like, no, we all think that, and that's okay. And here's how to work through that. So that's a little, I don't know if I quite explained that, but that's what coaching has been for me. And it's something that I'm just so excited to help other musicians with, because we have these special lives. We're busy. We're either trying to work full time and balance a side gig, which is kind of how my life's going right now, or you're in it full time gigging, and that can be present all of its own challenges. And it's nice to have somebody that gets it and isn't just like, oh, well, did you take 2 hours to go to the gym today? And it's like, well, no, I had 30 minutes. And I, blah, blah, blah. And so it's nice to have somebody that can really work with you on that and understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So do you have any projects or anything that's coming up that anybody should know about?
Yeah, so I haven't announced this, but my coaching page on Facebook is Hillary Jean Coaching. And I'm so excited because I've got a fall into wellness and fitness program that will be, I think I did announce this actually, but I'm going to start enrollment for that in September. I'm looking for 4 amazing people to join this journey with me, to really dive into your health and wellness journey and get really excited. And I'm here to coach you through the struggles that first week. Going great, and then XYZ. I'm here to help you through that, here to remind you to forgive yourself and to just keep. I got enrollment for that starting September 1st. Leading into that, I've got a really exciting event that I'm going to do, the 5 secrets of sustaining a wellness practice. Secret's always just a fun word to drop in. So I got 5 and I can't wait to share that. It's either going to be 1 giant Facebook Live or 5 small bite-sized lives, because I know we're all crazy busy. I haven't decided on that, but I'm going to be sharing that soon as well. So follow my coaching page, Hillary Jean Coaching, to learn a little bit more. And I'll also be sharing that on my Instagram at The Healthy Composer too. So really excited about these coming up.
Beautiful. So are those the best places that people can find you if they want to find more information? Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, you can find me on my personal page too. I'll probably friend you, but sometimes a little more like screeny about who I let in.
For sure. No, for sure. So you guys, don't forget to click the link, highlight it, copy, paste it into another browser window right now, so you can go watch the episode with Hillary when we talk about what is forgiveness and fitness and her whole journey. We deep dive into all of it. And it was a fun conversation, and we hit some really good points. I felt like all of a sudden we just like hit this flow and we just went on some stuff. And her episode, again, it drops on all Google. I say Google because I use Google Podcasts, but it drops on all platforms on Tuesday. So if you go to the YouTube link, you will find all the contact information on how to find her. You can also find her on Hillary, what was it again? Hillary Jean Coaching?
Yep, Hillary Jean Coaching.
On Facebook, and then The Healthy Composer on Instagram, and all the things you can find her on the website. So is there any parting shots that you would like to take? Anything else that you'd love us to know?
I'm just so excited to be here and to see everybody and to share my journey. And if I can inspire anybody, if you have any questions, any burning desires that you need to know about, I love to chat about things. So
awesome.
Available. Out and message me. I'd love to help you on your journey.
Yes, DM her all day long. We really appreciated you joining us. It was a fantastic conversation. And thank you for joining me today. And yeah, we'll see you around. We'll be publishing this in a whole bunch of other places. So if you are catching this replay somewhere else and you don't see that link down below, go to YouTube, go to Music Strong Fitness Training, and you will see the Tuned and Strong podcast playlist. And she is episode, I think, 23. I could be really wrong about that. Probably wrong. More than likely wrong. It's Friday. I don't know. But thank you again for joining us. This has been wonderful.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been a wonderful way to end my week. So thank you so much, Angela. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, anytime. Stay in touch. Thank you all for joining us.